long winding road of the 2011 NASCAR season spanned 22 states and 2 countries over the past 10 months. In the end, 4 teams stood out as champions. Tonight, we all come together in South Beach, Miami to honor the champions and competitors in the annual NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet.
Sometimes it's a little embarrassing to go, I drive cars and I get paid for it. I'm living a dream.
My dream was to just race for a living.
Driving NASCAR on TV, I mean, I couldn't ask for much more.
Every day I wake up and every night I go to bed, I get paid to play with race cars.
I get to wake up every day and go to a race car shop that's full of race cars that have my name above the door.
I've just wanted to do this since I was 4 or 5 years old. Before I even started racing, I already knew I wanted to do it.
This is all I've wanted to do is race in stock cars and NASCAR.
Somebody calls you and tells you you're going to get to race full time. That's cool.
It's the only thing I want to do. I love going to the racetrack each and every week. I couldn't think of a better job.
To be able to race with a team that believes in you, be competitive every week, definitely makes this year a dream come true.
Every day I wake up, I thank God for the ability to do what we're doing.
Being able to put your helmet on every Saturday is definitely the dream life, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
From the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel, welcome to the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from NASCAR on speed, Rick Allen and Chris Devoda.
Welcome to a night of recognition and celebration. For the 6th year, Krista and I are honored to be your host for this event.
6 years? I guess that makes us the Brad Paisley and Carrie Underwood of NASCAR. But, you know, they've only hosted the Country Music Awards for the last 4 years. And don't worry, we have left the music to true professionals.
Definitely.
But we can and will sing the praises of our championship teams and drivers.
In the Nationwide Series, 6 of the 34 races this year ended with a last lap pass. Kyle Busch passed Mark Martin for most series wins and became the first driver to lead 10,000 career laps. Danica Patrick finished 4th at Las Vegas, and that's the best finish ever by a female driver in the NASCAR National Series events.
In the Camping World Truck Series, 27 drivers made their series debut. A dozen different drivers won races this year.
But this is a night of champions. At 24 years old, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is one of the youngest to be crowned Nationwide Series champion.
And just old enough to drink the celebratory champagne at 21, Austin Dillon is the youngest ever champion in the Camping World Truck Series.
Something else they have in common, both Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. were both Rookies of the Year in their respective series a year ago.
We are also honoring 2 owner champions from 2 organizations that have, in their own words, given their blood, sweat, and tears to these series.
Well, it's time to introduce the stars of tonight's show, our championship drivers and owners and their guests. We'll start with the head table for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champions. Representing the sponsor for our champion owner team, Kevin Harvick Incorporated, Hunt Brothers Pizza president Scott Hunt and his wife Patricia. The general manager of Kevin Harvick Incorporated, Rick Corelli. KHI's champion crew chief, Bruce Cook. And our 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion owners, Kevin and Delana Harvick. And on to our champion driver team, representing the team sponsor, Bass Pro Shops, Johnny Morris and his wife, Jeannie. Here's crew chief Danny Stockman and his wife, Alexis. And our 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion driver, Austin Dillon, and his guest, Jenna Tendall.
Roush Fenway Racing captured both the driver and owner championships this season in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Let's meet the champion team members and their guests. The crew chief for Roush Fenway's number 60 Fastenal Ford, Mike Beam. Representing the number 60 sponsor, the vice president of Fastenal, Pat Resch. Also from Fastenal, the company's executive vice president for operations, Corey Jansen. Fastenal's Motorsports Marketing Director, Michael George. And the driver of the number 60 Ford in the Nationwide Series, Carl Edwards. Moving to our driver champion team, representing the sponsor of the number 6 Cargill Ford from Cargill, Fred Souza. The crew chief on the number 6, Mike Kelly, and his guest, Dana Vasquez. Our champion car owner, Jack Roush, and his guest, Brenda Strickland. And our 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series champion driver, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for our 2011 championship teams.
Coming up, we'll introduce the most popular driver of the year for both series, all right here on Speed. Welcome back to the NASCAR Awards Banquet for the NASCAR Nationwide Series and the Camping World Truck Series from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
For the very first of tonight's championship awards, let's welcome to the NASCAR Vice President of Competition, Robin Pemberton.
This year's winner of the Manufacturers Championship in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series knows something about the success in our sport. With 177 wins in the trucks, 686 wins overall in the NASCAR's 3 National Series, 54 NASCAR National Championship Series victories. This year's Chevrolet has won the Truck Series Manufacturers title for the 7th time. It is my pleasure to present the Manufacturers Championship Trophy to Chevrolet's U.S. Vice President of Performance Vehicles and Motorsports, Jim Campbell. Jim?
Well, thank you, Robin, and good evening, everybody. It's truly an honor to accept this award for the 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Manufacturers Championship. And it's a very special achievement for Chevy to earn this championship as we celebrate our centennial year. You know, this award is a result of hard work, dedication, and teamwork by so many individuals. I'd also like to congratulate Austin Dillon on winning this year's Drivers' Championship. What an amazing accomplishment so early in your career, coming right after winning Rookie of the Year last year. You know, Austin's the 6th Chevy driver to achieve this honor in the Truck Series, and his achievement adds to this terrific 40-year-plus legacy of a relationship between Chevy and RCR. So, Richard, thank you very much. I'd also like to congratulate Kevin and Delana Harvick on winning this year's Owners' Championship. What a tremendous accomplishment. We're so very proud of our association with KHI over the past 10 years. And finally, I'd like to thank the France family and the entire leadership of NASCAR for your continued support. Importantly, to all the Chevy Silverado owners, fans, and supporters out there, thank you for your continued support and for cheering on your favorite Chevy Silverado teams. On behalf of all of us at Chevrolet, this is indeed a very special honor. Thank you once again.
"13 victories in a NASCAR Nationwide Series this season powered Ford to its 3rd NASCAR Nationwide Series title, an accomplishment highlighted by Roush Fenway Racing, collecting both the driver and owner's titles. Ford now has 189 victories all time in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Let's welcome to the stage and congratulate Ford board member Edsel Ford II on the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series Manufacturers title. Edsel?
Well, thank you very much, Robin. It's my great pleasure to be here tonight to accept the NASCAR Nationwide Manufacturers Championship Trophy on behalf of everyone at Ford Motor Company. Many of you may not know, but 110 years ago, this past October, my great-grandfather, Henry Ford, raced and won in the first and only race he ever competed in. That victory helped attract the investors he needed to start the Ford Motor Company in June of 1903. So it really is true that racing success was key to the start of our company. I want to personally congratulate Ricky Stenhouse, Jr. on his title. Ricky, a remarkable achievement, and congratulations to you and your entire team. In closing, it is Ford Motor Company's tradition to award the champion and his crew chief a Ford vehicle of their choice. So, Ricky and Mike, I hope you enjoy your new vehicles.
Stay tuned. A lot more to come from the NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Banquet.
And worry-free. Cortisone 10.
You're watching the NASCAR Awards Banquet for the NASCAR Nationwide Series and Camping World Truck Series from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
Now for a very popular portion of our evening, it's our 2011 Most Popular Driver presentations. We are pleased to welcome to the stage NASCAR's Managing Director of Racing Operations, Jim Cassidy.
Thanks, Krista. I'd like to open with the good news that more than 215,000 votes were cast on NASCAR.com for the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Most Popular Drivers, record numbers of which we're very proud. The most popular driver in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series clearly has been embraced by the fans, and with good reason. He's part of a new wave of talent washing over the NASCAR landscape, but at the same time, he's a direct link to the past. And that's a double dose of notoriety and popularity. It's my pleasure to present the 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Most Popular Driver Award to this year's champion, Austin Dillon.
Wow, I wasn't expecting this. This is very special. I don't get choked up much, but this is probably the coolest award I've ever won in my entire life. So I gotta thank all the fans. We have the best fans in the world at NASCAR, and I'm just love to be competing in this series, and this means a lot to me and my entire family. Thank you, guys.
In the NASCAR Nationwide Series this season, a new full-time competitor appeared, coming over from the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. He brought a built-in fan following with him, and those fans have spoken. The 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series Most Popular Driver Award goes to Elliott Sadler.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Anytime I think we all know what fans mean to us as drivers, us as competitors, and definitely us as a sport. And anytime you get recognized by the fans, especially getting an award like this, we can't thank you guys enough. I appreciate everybody that voted and participated, and I really appreciate you guys watching our races and being fans of the sport that we love so much. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to take this back home and show my wife and kids, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more of the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel. Welcome back to the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
All right, it's time to bring out this year's top 5 drivers in the final point standings for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series and the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Our 5th place driver in the NASCAR Camping World points seems to have a knack for coming up with big performances at historic places. Take this year, for instant, I'll get that out in just a moment. It'll take me a while. The pole at Charlotte and a win at Indianapolis.
NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. 5th place, Timothy Peters.
Here comes Timothy Peters trying to make the pass for the lead.
We're not running in the back. We're up towards the front. We even got us a win, so.
Win number 3 goes to Timothy Peters.
Yes, baby! Good job, boys! Woo! Thank you, Jesus!
Please welcome driver of the number 17 Red Horse Racing Toyota from Providence, North Carolina, Timothy Peters.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, bud.
Nice job.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's all yours.
All right. This is pretty cool right here.
It's a good seat, one of the best in the house, we like to think.
We know you were excited to come up here because this is the first time you finished top 5 in points. You've sort of steadily climbed up in points each year. You were in quite a battle for the points lead at the beginning of the season.
It has been a good year. We started off really well, and there at the summer stretch, we kind of went south, I guess you could say, or north. And, you know, everybody worked hard at Red Horse Racing. Can't thank Toyota and everybody at TRD for what they did for us to help us, Butch Hilton, Rick Gay, all the employees at Red Horse Racing, to get the runs that we deserve for our sponsors, Service Central, Apex Tool Group, Crescent Hand Tools, Gear Wrench, and just looking forward to carrying this momentum on into next year.
Yeah, we hope you're able to continue that in the 2012 season as you run for a championship. Hopefully we see you back up here, maybe not in this seat, but maybe in one of the seats over here at one of the head tables.
That'd be awesome.
And I like the hair gel thing. I mean, you get a lot of crap for hair gel. Why is that?
You know, I seen you show up at the racetrack with it, and, you know, I want to be like you.
Don't take my job, all right? Timothy Peters, 5th in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Well, if race car wasn't his favorite ride, the second vehicle of choice for our 5th place driver might be a roller coaster, considering how his season has played out.
NASCAR Nationwide Series. 5th place, Reed Sorensen.
Coming to the checker, real good work again. Good job, guys.
Winning Road America was a big deal for us.
NASCAR has made the call for Reed Sorensen to go to victory lane.
Yeah, buddy. Good job, man. That worked out great.
That was somewhere we didn't really expect to have a shot to win, and, you know, we just had a good day, and everything fell our way.
Please welcome driver of the number 82 McDonald Motorsports Dodge from Peachtree City, Georgia, Reed Sorensen.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
Comfy?
I'm very comfy.
All right, good. We'll fire questions at you then. I tell you, the win at Road America, how big was that for you?
It was a very exciting win. That's a place that really didn't expect to win. We were just going to try to salvage as many points as we could get, and ended the race there at, you know, a couple green-white checkers, and we were sitting there at the win.
I have to tell you, I was very impressed with what you were able to do this year. I mean, you, when I mentioned earlier, the roller coaster, as far as how this season went for you, started off with Turner Motorsports. You were in the top 5 in the points, top 3, I believe, was let go, and then you didn't quit. I mean, there was no give up. You were able to work with Randy McDonald Motorsports, and you stayed in the top 5. I mean, how difficult was that for you?
Well, I just, you know, I wanted to make sure I was here at the end of the year, and, you know, we worked really hard all season to compete for the championship, and, you know, all the guys worked hard on the team and had a great sponsor all year and enabled us to do that. And we still had a shot at it, but unfortunately circumstances didn't work out, but McDonald Motorsports was there to help me finish the year and help with him and friends and family, and able to be here and at least finish 5th.
When the chips were down, you didn't fold, and I think it's an achievement that should definitely, you should be very proud of.
We look forward to seeing you work hard back on the track in 2012. Congratulations, 5th place in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, Reed Sorensen.
We'll be back with more from the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. 4th place, Ron Hornaday Jr.
Ron Hornaday peels off turn 4 and heads to the checker. Ron Hornaday wins career race number 50.
I guess it'll mean something to me when I hang my helmet up, sitting on the front porch in the rocking chair telling my grandkids. It'll be pretty cool.
Win number 51. Thank you so much. Let me drive this thing. This is cool.
Please welcome driver of the number 33 Kevin Harvick Incorporated Chevrolet. From Palmdale, California, Ron Hornaday Jr.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. No, it's not comfortable. It's comfortable over there.
Is it more comfortable over there? And you would know, four-time champion. First of all, I don't want to bring up, old wounds, but let's talk Texas. Obviously, you had worked extremely hard to get right back in the championship hunt, looking for your 5th title, and what happened at Texas took you out of contention.
You had to bring that up.
Well, how you feeling about that situation?
We'll move on from that incident. Kevin Delana gave me great trucks. Bruce came aboard towards the middle of the year, gave us those 2 wins, a couple seconds, and gave us a shot to do that. You never know where you were going to finish in that race. It was too early in the beginning of the race, so hey, we'll just put it in the record books and move on.
We mentioned Kevin and Delana, what the guys have been able to do as an organization. I mean, with your 2 championships and over the last decade, pretty special. I know you've had a lot of fun, not just racing with each other, but being the friendship that you guys have.
Of course. I mean, a lot of people don't know when I had that Graves' disease, I went to every doctor I've had. Kevin Delana, Rick Crilley, they went to their doctors. They actually saved my life, not only in racing, but actually physically. So, I mean, I owe them everything. I mean, my hat's off to you guys for 10 years of wonderful racing, and thanks for giving back to the sport.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. 4th place in the Camping World Truck Series, Ron Hornaday. We'll talk about back-to-back excellence. Last year's Truck Series Championship runner-up is this year's 4th place finisher in the NASCAR Nationwide Series.
NASCAR Nationwide Series. 4th place, Eric Almirola.
Eric Almirola right now out in front of Elliott Sadler.
I feel like I get as much out of my race car as I can at any given time.
Eric Almirola, the race leader. He had the fastest car on the racetrack by far. But it remains Eric Almirola by a car length off turn 4.
To have the opportunity to race and get paid to do it, that's what I've dreamed about.
Please welcome driver of the number 88 Tax Slayer Unilever Chevrolet from Tampa, Florida, Eric Almirola.
Look at the shoes.
Yeah, I didn't tell you about those.
Make sure you see the shoes.
Are you congratulations?
Yep, congratulations to all you guys, and you guys too.
I know, you're pulling out all the stops tonight, huh?
Yeah, I figured I'd surprise you.
Well,
last year I went with something very simple and calm and safe.
No more of that.
I got outside of the box. I'm married now. I don't have anybody to impress.
Yeah, it's deja vu because you were here last year up in the chair for a different series, in the Truck Series, now in the Nationwide Series, so you're sort of just picking up where you left off.
Yeah, last year was a great year. I was hoping to measure up to that again, and I think the biggest disappointment was just not getting to victory lane. We ran consistent a lot of the year, and we weren't able to get to victory lane, but it wasn't from lack of effort. Our guys at Junior Motorsports worked really hard, and really thankful for the opportunity that Dale and Kelly have given me to do that, and thankful for all of our sponsors, Tax Slayer, GT Vodka, Unilever, for stepping up. And hopefully we can take and learn from what we did this year, the good things and the bad things, and carry that over to next year, and hopefully be sitting at one of these tables here.
Yeah, Eric, you talked a little bit about, learning things as you go on, but probably one of the guys that you looked up to the most growing up maybe was your grandfather, who was a sprint car driver.
My family come over from Cuba in the 60s,
right.
And I'm very thankful of that. They came over to restart their life and to give their family hope of an American dream, and I get to live that every day, so I'm thankful.
Well, you have made the most of your opportunities, and so congratulations. Let's give a big round of applause. 4th place in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, Eric Almirola.
We'll be back with more from the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet from South Beach, Miami. Welcome back to the awards banquet for the NASCAR Nationwide Series and Camping World Truck Series.
Well, consistency carried our 3rd place Truck Series driver into championship contention, but don't be fooled by his stat sheet. This guy ran up front all season long.
NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. 3rd place, James Busher.
Our team, has a never give up attitude. We start off the year pretty well at Daytona and then miss the race at Phoenix, and we're right back in the championship hunt. We never give up.
Go, 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 go.
We focused hard on being able to be competitive at every style of racetrack, try not to get any DNFs and just stay consistent.
Please welcome driver of the number 31 Excite Battery Chevrolet from Plano, Texas, James Busher.
He snuck in here first, didn't he?
Yep, beat you.
Well, you were in this title fight right up until the final race. To miss a race at the start of the year and still be in the hunt at the end, I mean, that was unbelievable. You were so consistent. But what did that do for you, missing that race early in the year, of your guys' mentality?
I've said it a lot the last couple of weeks. People ask me, if you'd have made the race at Phoenix and ran as well as you did most of the other races of the year, you could be sitting over the table over there. But, statistically, that's probably true. But I think missing the race at Phoenix built a lot of team chemistry, made me want to work harder, made my team want to work harder. But I think, after Phoenix, with the equipment that Steve and Sandra Turner put together and the support from my fiance Chris and everybody on our team, we worked hard and we got back in the fight and we didn't give up.
You're going to get married in January, so congratulations on that. Your wife was a part of Say Yes to the Dress, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Atlanta. Okay, but you can't watch that show because you're not supposed to see the dress prior to the wedding, right? So how did you work that out?
You're not allowed to watch it. I'm not.
She told you can't watch it.
She's right. You can't see the dress. It's bad luck, and we don't like having bad luck. So, it's on the DVR for after we get home from our wedding in January. And, looking forward to the off season, get to get married, and she's my number one supporter, and looking forward to it.
Very good, very good. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Third place in the Camping World Truck Series, James Busher. The NASCAR Nationwide Series third-place driver has never finished lower than 6th in points in 3 full-time seasons.
NASCAR Nationwide Series. Third place, Justin Allgaier.
1 lap to go, and Allgaier's giving it everything he's got. The checker flag for Allgaier.
It's quite an experience. I've not had victory lane celebration that was that big. I think there was like 250 people from Brant that were there. Really a cool moment for me.
Please welcome driver of the number 31 Brant Professional Agriculture Chevrolet from Riverton, Illinois, Justin Allgaier.
I actually told him to do this earlier because I hate standing next to this guy, so he's my height when he's sitting in the chair. So
He did ask me to do that, so I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't stand up.
We aim to please.
Yeah, I'm here to help out in any way I can. All right, let's talk a little bit about where you win races. I mean, you're another guy who you win at the tracks that are perfect for you. You won at Bristol, a very historic racetrack, a year ago. This year you went at your home track and your sponsor's home track, Chicagoland.
yeah, this year was a really neat year for me to switch over to the Turner Motorsports family and to not really know at the beginning of the season where we were going to go or how things were going to work out. And Mr. Turner and Mrs. Turner, they gave me a great opportunity. Told me that we were going to have good things to come. And we got to Chicago, and I didn't know that we were going to win it on the last lap, running out of gas and coasting across the finish line. But things worked out really, really well. And to find a place to win, my home racetrack, their home racetrack, to have all the people there, it was very special.
You mentioned the dramatic finish. All of Turner Motorsports wins this year included last lap passes. You guys have a thing for drama.
I think we like it. I don't know. We were really close in Las Vegas. We ran second to Mark Martin, and that one was a bittersweet because I was super happy that Mark got the first win for Turner Motorsports, and to have somebody like that as a teammate. But it was very up and down year this year, a lot of roller coasters. But I think the reason why we were able to do it is not only Mr. and Mrs. Turner, but all of our partners. That's what makes or breaks your race teams, and we've had a lot of help with that this year.
It's been a lot of fun watching you, obviously coming from a racing background. You won the ARCA Championship. Now you're having a lot of success in the Nationwide Series. Congratulations, third place in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, Justin Allgaier.
More to come from the NASCAR Awards Banquet from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel, only on Speed.
Clearance.
You're watching the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series and the NASCAR Nationwide Series have showcased many up-and-coming drivers through the years. Consider some of these two Series past Rookie of the Year honorees. Greg Biffle, Kurt Busch, and Carl Edwards in the trucks. Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch in Nationwide. To honor the 2011 top rookies, here's the Vice President of Marketing and Development for Sunoco, Cynthia Archer.
Good evening. Everyone at Sunoco was so excited to add our sponsorship of the Rookie of the Year to our official fuel sponsor because it's so exciting to see young people enter the sport and join great champions. Last year's Rookie of the Year, people took their awards and went directly to the head table. I don't know if we'll be quite this quick this year, but we're also just really excited and proud to sponsor and recognize these two rookies this year.
NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Sunoco Rookie of the Year. Joey Coulter.
Sort of quiet and under the radar. This year's kind of been a pretty huge breakout year. We've made a lot of noise.
Go. Good job.
Rookie may have the better truck.
He's making you earn it. Take it away from him.
Rookie of the Year is the main goal.
NASCAR Nationwide Series. Sunoco Rookie of the Year. Timmy Hill.
18-year-old Timmy Hill in the 15 car.
When you first get started, being young is what the newcomers, like the kids, and growing up watching TV, they would rather root for the younger guys.
Please welcome Sunoco Rookie of the Year, Timmy Hill and Joey Coulter.
Joey, let's start with you. I tell you what, she made a comment there that the last Rookie of the Years were sitting up here at the champions table. You had a teammate, obviously, the champion now. How was it working with and alongside Austin Dillon?
It was amazing. Austin's, the best teammate you can ask for. He helped me. Him and his whole team helped me a ton all year. Most of the racetracks we raced at, I'd never seen before. So having him as a teammate, learning from him, and learning from everybody at RCR, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Jeff Burton, Paul Menard, all of them, really helped us out a lot. And like I said, his entire team really stepped up to the plate, got my team up to speed. And my crew chief, Harold Hawley, and Danny Stockman worked together all year. It made for an awesome season.
He had a teammate that he was working alongside. It seems like you had a friend that you were battling with for Rookie of the Year in Blake Cook this year. Was there amazing bragging rights on the line here between you and your friend?
It seemed like every weekend me and Blake would drag on each other about who would get the next Rookie of the race. But Blake, he's an extremely nice guy and a good friend of mine on and off the racetrack, and I was glad to be able to compete with him. It wasn't bragging rights. It seemed like, we just kind of punch each other around and say, hey, I want to go this weekend, because it seemed like every week we were just always one spot of each other. And we came down to being tied up at the very end, and that shows how close the battle was.
Well, it's a great accomplishment. Obviously, congratulations on graduating from high school, Timmy. And congratulations, both of you. Sunoco Rookie of the Year honorees, Joey Coulter and Timmy Hill, folks. Thanks, guys. You can take them.
In other awards presented this evening, James Busher was given the Exide Start Positive, Stay Positive Award. Ron Hornaday Jr. and Brian Scott received the Featherlight Most Improved Driver Award. Jack Roush and Kevin Harvick were awarded the Mala Engine Builder of the Year Award. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Austin Dillon were presented with the Growth Energy American Ethanol Award. Elliott Sadler and Ron Hornaday Jr. received the Mobile One Driver of the Year Award. Richard Childress Racing's Austin Dillon was awarded the Keystone Light Pole Award. Roush Fenway Racing's Carl Edwards was presented with the Coors Light Pole Award. Also, a special recognition award was presented to Kenny Wallace for making the most nationwide series starts in NASCAR history. There's still more to come from the NASCAR Nationwide Series and Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet, only on Speed.
No.
NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Second place, Johnny Sauter.
They are wheel to wheel out of turn number 4. White flag, it's Sauter to the lead.
Martinsville's obviously a historical place, so that was a big one to put up a big feather in my cap.
This is big. I've been trying for years in my NASCAR career to get 2 wins in a season, and this is unbelievable.
Please welcome driver of the number 13 Safe Auto Curb Records Carrier Chevrolet from Necedah, Wisconsin, Johnny Sauter.
Hey, Ray.
How you doing, Johnny? You good?
I called you Ray, didn't you hear me?
Yeah, you did.
Hey, Krista, how are you?
He's in here. He's in the room.
I know it. He's always
Careful.
busting on me.
Well, then let's just bust on
you're
you
fun to
right
bust
now.
on. Everybody
What do you think?
does, so
That'll
go
look
ahead.
good. Emotional driver. How about that? Can I call you that?
You and probably 90% of the people in this room. So.
But I think it takes that type of emotion to do what you've been able to do. I mean, you have accomplished some amazing things. Obviously, this is your best finish in a NASCAR series. So is that your drive? Is it just that much of a passion for you that you got to win?
Well, I mean, my father always told me a job worth doing was worth doing well. So to me, that's giving 100% week in and week out. Now, if you ask Joe or any of my guys, there's probably times I give 105%. That's the 5% that they don't want to hear. But, I'm very passionate about what I do and obviously love what I do. I just love racing, and it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be second in points. We fought hard and came up a little bit short, but there's always 2012. Yeah.
What you said, 100%. I mean, you could go to bed Friday night when the season ended knowing you did everything you possibly could do. You won the race. You led the most laps. I mean, there's a comfort in that, knowing you laid it all on the line.
Yeah, for sure. And coming down here, we knew what we had to do. And all week long, everybody kept asking me, what's the strategy? And the strategy is to lead the most laps. And we didn't get to qualify and sit on the pole, but and win the race. And I know that my team, everybody at ThorSport, Joe Shear, and all my guys on the 13 truck are totally capable of doing that. We've shown it throughout the season. But just a cool deal. I want to thank Camping World, Safe Auto Curb Records, everybody, Speed Channel. All in all, a great season.
How about ThorSport? Obviously, new digs this year. You guys moved from an old shop to a brand new state-of-the-art shop, probably giving you guys a little bit of an advantage going into 2012, maybe for that championship run.
Yeah, I think so. And Duke and Rhonda Thorson, they show their commitment to the sport on so many different levels. But to be in the sport for 16 years, that's a long time. And, I've only been there for 3 seasons now. But, a lot of cool things we've got going for next year. Brand new 100,000 square foot shop that we moved into in August. And we're growing. That's all I can say. And just couldn't be more proud to be a part of that organization and all the cool things that we've got going up in Sandusky, Ohio.
We look forward to what you're going to accomplish in 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, second place in the Camping World Truck Series, Johnny Sauter.
You're watching the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel. This is the NASCAR Nationwide Series and Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
Second place in this year's Nationwide Series standings belongs to one of NASCAR's most respected veteran drivers who moved full-time into the series this season, bringing star power along for the ride.
NASCAR Nationwide Series. Second place, Elliott Sadler.
Racing for Kevin and Delana and racing in the Nationwide Series, being competitive every week has been a lot of fun.
Going 3 wide down the backstretch and into turn number 3, and Elliott Sadler takes the early lead.
A great race team around me that's really supported me through this entire season, and it's been a load of fun running for the championship week in and week out.
Please welcome driver of the number 2 One Main Financial Chevrolet from Emporia, Virginia, Elliott Sadler.
Mr. Allen.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This is a comfy seat.
We're glad you're enjoying it.
Of course.
Well, I tell you what, a lot of people, first of all, congratulations, most popular.
That's cool.
I mean, that's very cool. A lot of people voted for you.
That is neat. And, you know, this sport is all about the fans, and we all know that. And we could not do what we love to do each and every week. So for the fans to vote for us and that and make us most popular driver definitely feels good, man. That's a great feeling to have.
Great honor.
There's another most. You said this is the most fun you've had in a long time in a race car as well.
I tell you, I've had a ball this year racing week in and week out, being competitive, and it's just, I can't put in words what Kevin and Delana have done for me as a person and as a race car driver. So to be able to come back and race as hard as you can each and every week and have a group of guys around you that really believe in you and really want to see you succeed as a person and as a race car driver has been a lot of fun this year. So, you know, I can't thank those guys enough.
Things have really clicked. I mean, your family life, great. You and Amanda, obviously Wyatt, going to be 2 years old here pretty soon. And you just added Austin, who, by the way, was named after Austin because you won the championship. But Austin Rose, your daughter, born November 7th. Things seem to be very rosy right now.
I'm going to tell you what, this year has been so special to me, and my personal life has been great. Ever since I got married, of course, my kids are it's the most amazing thing in the world. And now that my professional side of my life and being a race car driver is now at the same level as my personal life, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
How about next season?
I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to take what we learned this year, good and bad, and apply it to next year. Of course, we're merging with RCR. Austin's going to be my new teammate. And
so you've got an Austin at home you're going to teach things to and then mentor this Austin as well.
He might be mentoring me. Be a rookie of the year one year, then a champion this year. So we're definitely looking forward to that. You know, Richard Childress is somebody I've always looked up to in racing because he's a man's man. He's a real straightforward guy. Handshake's a deal, and it's just neat racing for people like that. So looking forward to moving over with him and merging with KHI, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity. So it's something that Kevin and Delana opening their doors to me, giving me an opportunity has now led to this, and I just can't thank Ernie and the guys, my whole team enough for an absolutely tremendous season.
Very good. Congratulations. Continued success. Ladies and gentlemen, second place in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, Elliott Sadler.
Don't go away. Coming up, we'll start to give away the championship hardware right here on Speed. From the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel, this is the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet.
To begin our NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Champion Owner segment, let's welcome NASCAR Vice President and Chief Sales Officer Jim O'Connell.
Thanks, Rick. Good evening. NASCAR continues to deliver value to sponsors unlike any other professional sport. And the beauty of NASCAR is activation goals and find a home in a sport known for fan loyalty to brands. Hunt Brothers Pizza, the nation's largest brand of made-to-order pizza in the convenience store industry, has found a home. This season was the company's fourth as a NASCAR team sponsor, and what a season it was. It's my pleasure to present the 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Champion Owner Sponsor Award to the president of Hunt Brothers Pizza, Scott Hunt.
All right, Scott, how are you?
Hello. Welcome to the hot seat.
Thank you.
Hot pizza, get it?
Yeah, well, of course. Now, your beginning started with Haas, is that right? And you were able to probably enjoy the Cup win that Stuart Haas was able to capture.
Absolutely. We started about, in 2005, we rebranded our company and put our family name on the company, and we were looking for a way to get our message out, and someone introduced us to Haas CNC. It was an incredible experience, and when you look at where we came from there, and we had the opportunity to work with the King, Richard Petty, for a couple of years, before moving over to KHI with Kevin and Delana. It's been an incredible experience.
Well, Scott, now you are recognized as a champion. So congratulations to Hunt Brothers Pizza, champions in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
For our next award, let's welcome the man who has been in charge in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series garage since the summer of 1995. He celebrated a true milestone this season at Chicagoland Speedway, his 400th race. A little premature there, Wayne. As our series director, please welcome Wayne Otten.
Thanks, Rick. For the first year crew chiefs usually go through some growing pains. That wasn't the case with the man I'm about to introduce. Normally, you wouldn't think a team would succeed with 5 different drivers. After all, most don't. With that in mind, people sort of overlooked Bruce Cook and his ability to work with whoever was in the seat. Whether it was a rookie named David Mayhew, veterans like Clint Boyer, Elliott Sadler, and Ron Hornaday, and who was that other guy's name? Oh yeah, Kevin Harvick. Bruce did what most people wish they could. He gave them, no matter who it was, a good truck and then made the right calls. And now look who's getting the trophy in 2011. Congratulations to the 2011 champion owner crew chief, Bruce Cook.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
So many different drivers, as Wayne mentioned. How in the world did you handle all those different personalities?
It's not really that hard to handle them all. Cars get prepared, the trucks get prepared the same way no matter who's driving, and it all starts with a great team. I got so many good people that work on that team and so many people back at the shop. I think the hardest part of it is the PR girl, because she's got to make sure the right helmets, the right suits and shoes and everything else are on the truck for the right driver that week. So my job is kind of easy. It's just having a great team behind me.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Bruce Cook, our NASCAR champion crew chief. Thank you. For the presentation of the Truck Series Champion Owner Award, we're joined by the Vice President of Racing Operations for NASCAR. Please welcome Steve O'Donnell.
The champion owner I'm about to introduce is thrust into the ultimate spotlight and the ultimate pressure cooker at the start of the decade as a replacement driver for the late Dale Earnhardt in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. He was truly in the shadow of a legacy. Now, 10-plus years later, it's clear he's built his own legacy, both as a driver and with the help of Delana as an owner. And that definitely involves the Camping World Truck Series. His organization is the all-time leader in the series with 40 victories. He's one of NASCAR's most recognizable competitors, and he's one of our true stars. Join me now in congratulating the 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series owner-champion, Kevin Harvick.
NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion truck owner, Kevin Harvick.
Truck Series has been very good for us as we've gone through the years. It's been a lot of fun.
Clint Boyer will score the win. The checkered flag again flies atop the truck of Kevin Harvick.
Played our cards right, and we did what we had to do on the racetrack, knowing this is our last year, and sometimes you just got to know when it's time to move on.
Please welcome truck owner of the number 2 Kevin Harvick Incorporated Chevrolet, Kevin Harvick.
I want to start off by congratulating Austin, Danny, Richard, and everyone at RCR on your championship. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years since Delana and I started KHI. In the beginning, we had no truck or trailer, no tools, and no shop. We worked out of Ed Barrier's garage with help from a lot of guys at RCR after they got off of work. We showed up to our first race with 2 tag-along trailers and a piecemeal crew and came up just .062 seconds short of getting the win. From there, we've been fortunate to find success on the track with 3 Truck Series championships and 43 wins. But it's what KHI has taught Delana and I off the track that we truly value. To be able to win the Owners' Championship in KHI's last season really puts the icing on the cake of what Delana and I set out to do. Ron Hornaday, Rick Corelli, I got to thank you both for everything you guys have done for me since I was a kid back in Bakersfield, California. If it wasn't for you both, I don't know where I would be today. We've been a part of each other's lives for so long, and although we won't be working together on a day-to-day basis, I'm still going to be around to watch you collect your first Social Security check, which isn't too far away. I would like to thank my wife, Delana, for everything she has given me over the last 10 years. The help and dedication to make KHI both successful on the track and off the track. All things considered, I can't express what KHI has meant to Delana and I, but it's time for us to move on to the next chapter of our lives. And lastly, I want to thank everyone that has been at KHI or part of KHI. We've been fortunate to come across so many talented and dedicated people throughout the years. They say hindsight is 20/20, and if we could go back and do it again, probably do a few things different. But in the end, it's been one hell of a ride.
Stay tuned. There's more of the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet right here on Speed. Welcome back to the NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet.
Next up, the NASCAR Nationwide Series Champion Owner Awards. Once again, we're joined by NASCAR's Jim O'Connell.
Thanks again, Rick. Fastenal has been on the fast track to success and visibility in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, with Carl Edwards consistently rolling into victory lane. 8 of Carl's wins the last 2 seasons have been with Fastenal as the sponsor of the number 60 Ford, including 7 of his 8 victories this year. Please join me in congratulating Fastenal and the company's Executive Vice President of Operations, Corey Jansen, as we present Corey with the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series Owner Champion Sponsor Award.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Corey.
He told me a story that, you've been a part of NASCAR for about 6 years. At least Fastenal has. We talked a little bit about Bobby Hamilton being one of the people that you were involved with when you guys first got started. But you've been a part of racing, and as a matter of fact, with Carl for a lot longer than that. Tell us that story.
Well, I mean, sponsoring NASCAR at some levels has been 6 years, but a few years back, we have 2,600 stores, and Carl in Columbia, Missouri, went into a Fastenal store back when he was running a dirt track and asked for us for a small sponsorship, asked for a few nuts and bolts and rivets, probably not as good a driver as he is today. And our store was accommodating and giving Carl the nuts and bolts and stuff he needed to keep his car on the track. It's pretty amazing that, we sit here, 12 years later as a sponsor of Carl Edwards back then, and anybody, I don't know if you'd ask Carl or ask anybody at Fastenal if you would have ever thought that we would be at this level, at this stage, talking to this group, about our sponsorship. I don't think anyone would have seen it.
We bring up an interesting point because things don't happen overnight, and you've mentioned that your company's used to winning, but in NASCAR you had to get used to waiting a little while till you got to this winning stage. I have to thank Roush Fenway Racing. I think that the last couple of years we've really had a great relationship with them, and I was talking to Michael earlier, and we'd been, we were 0 for 100 before we won right in our back door in Elkhart Lake here last year with Carl, and that was our first win. And you mentioned that Fastenal is used to winning, and you get into this NASCAR, and at the end of the day, you don't win, and you're kind of like going, we win at everything, and you don't see it. But at this level of competition with the great racers that are sitting in the room and around these tables, it's nice to be taking home a trophy and representing the organization.
And you are now called a champion in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. So congratulations, Corey Jansen and Fastenal.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And now, who better to present the NASCAR Nationwide Series Champion Crew Chief Award than the Series Director, Joe Balish.
Our champion crew chief is truly the driving force behind the new Ford Mustangs for Roush Fenway Racing. He developed the package to bring home the owner's championship title to Jack Roush. He not only leads the number 60 driven by Carl Edwards, but guides and brings together all the NASCAR nationwide teams under a unified Ford effort. Please join me in congratulating the 2011 championship owner crew chief for the NASCAR Nationwide Series, Mike Beam.
Now.
You want to do this?
Let's do it. Hey, Krista.
Congratulations.
So it was pretty easy, huh?
Sure, no problem.
Actually, a nail biter for you. I would think it was, late into the season before you guys were right there in contention.
Yeah, I mean, we were probably 6 races away, and we were still 50 behind.
Yeah.
And it was, it was quite a battle there.
You had to, you used the phrase earlier, full court press. That's what you had to put on the competition, put on yourselves, I guess.
Oh, yeah, so blessed to have the team that we had. Scott Graves, my engineer, and Heath Landis, car chief, those guys, and the rest of the guys, they just worked so hard, and we really wanted this. And I told those guys all along, I've really enjoyed racing with them. It's just been a lot of fun.
Well,
you got Carl Edwards.
That's right. I mean, you had a pretty good guy behind the wheel.
Oh, yeah, and you had an owner that keeps you honest every week, every Monday at 3:30.
Every week, every day, every hour, right?
That's good, though.
And obviously, the proof is in the pudding. You've got all Roush up here on the nationwide side, so a very impressive performance. So congratulations very much, Mike Beam, our crew chief champion in the nationwide series. Congratulations.
Thanks, Dave.
Coming up, it's time to give away the awards for our 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Driver Champion, right here on Speed. Welcome back to the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
Well, it's time to honor NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion driver Austin Dillon and his team. To get us started, here's the Chief Marketing Officer for NASCAR, Steve Phelps.
Thank you, Rick. Bass Pro Shops has a history of success in NASCAR, perhaps most notably when Martin Truex Jr. won a couple of NASCAR Nationwide Series titles in the previous decade. It's my pleasure tonight to present the CEO of Bass Pro Shops, Johnny Morris, with the 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Champion Driver Sponsor Award. Congratulations to Johnny and everyone in his organization.
How are you, Johnny?
I'm very happy.
I'll bet you're very happy. Now, didn't this all start with maybe a sticker that was about that big?
It all started because Dale Earnhardt and Richard Childress had a friend, Bill Jordan, that has a Realtree camouflage company. He said, Johnny, you got to come with me to a big NASCAR race. So I went to Charlotte, and that was about maybe 13 or 14 years ago, and I met Dale and Richard, and we had a good time. Well, about a week or 10 days later, here comes their chief marketing guy or salesperson. Bill Pattison was his name. He said, Johnny, Richard and Dale, they really enjoyed meeting you, and they both love to hunt and fish, and they'd like to have a Bass Pro emblem on Dale's number 3 car, and they're going to make you one heck of a deal. And so I said, man, this sounds great. I said, what's this going to cost? And this is like, I learned about B-posts. It's about that big. So anyway, I thought they were trying to sell me the whole car when he told me the price. I about threw up. And then he said, well, there's more to this. If you spend a little bit more, Dale and Richard want to put Bass Pro on the hood of Dale's car for the All-Star race, and they want to donate all their royalties back to conservation, and they challenge us to do the same. So we signed up, and it's just been a lot of fun, and also we think a terrific investment in our brands, Bass Pro and Tracker. Seeing our Bass Pro emblem on the hood of that car, 13 years, the only store we had was in the back of my dad's liquor store, and it does make you proud, and we are lucky to live in the greatest country in the world.
Definitely. Well put. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion sponsor, Johnny Morris, Bass Pro Shop. Join me in welcoming back NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Director Wayne Otten for our next presentation.
Chemistry, as they say, is the key to success. And needless to say, the chemistry between our champion driver and his crew chief is incredible. Joined at the hip after only 2 seasons together. Like in the movie Days of Thunder, Austin Dillon says, there's this guy who talks to me on the radio. The man I'm about to introduce now has 3 championships under his belt, including 2 as a truck chief and 1 as a crew chief. He's now the main man on top of the pit box. Join me in congratulating Danny Stockman as a 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series driver crew chief. Congratulations, Danny.
They're starting. Your guys are starting already.
Congratulations, guys.
Well, Wayne touched on it. I mean, you've been here before. You're a champion truck chief, but now you are the guy in charge, calling the shots there as the crew chief.
Of those crazy guys.
Of the crazy guys back there.
Yeah. It takes a lot of good people, and Richard and Judy and Mike and Tina and believed in me, and they watched me be a truck chief for Ron Hornaday, and just gave me an awesome opportunity. I want to thank all the fans and thank the Lord, because some of y'all know Friday night that rain was pretty awesome.
It came at the right time, didn't it?
I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna get into it here, but there's a few of you that know the Lord's awesome. So just remember that. It's meant to be.
Yeah, I just want to let. I mean, people probably really don't realize we ended our race because of rain with about 15 laps to go, and you guys said that you wouldn't have made it another lap with the tire.
Yeah, we had a right front fender rub there, and we
Pretty
still
close.
don't know what happened. We don't really care now because we got the trophy, but
is that why you kissed Austin at the end there? Why did you kiss Austin?
I was going to bring that up.
You kiss Austin.
Yeah, in case you didn't see the broadcast up on the championship stage, Danny Stockman, he came over and kissed the trophy as soon as Wayne gave him the trophy. So I don't know if you just like to kiss things, but you kissed your driver.
Yeah, well.
On the lips.
Man,
on the lips, man.
On the championship stage.
Austin Dillon to me is like a little brother to me, and we fight, argue, scream and yell, and still hang out on the weekends together. And it's just an honor, Austin, to be a part of your first championship as your crew chief, and watching you grow from a kid to a young man. It's just really an honor to be part of your deal.
A spectacular accomplishment. Danny Stockman, ladies and gentlemen, your champion crew chief in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
Thank you all very much, and just thank my family and my wife and everybody.
Back in 1995, Richard Childress Racing won the very first Truck Series title. After a long break, the organization returned to the series full-time, and last year and now, RCR has a truck championship again. Talk about truly being in the presence of greatness. I'd like you to welcome to the stage the owner of the number 3 Bass Pro Shops Tracker Chevrolet, driven by series champion Austin Dillon, the number 3 champion owner, Richard Childress.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Richard, could we start off by, can I hold your watch?
Hell, Rick, you know something I don't know?
Come on, let me hold your watch. All right.
Go.
Now that we got that out of the way. You are one tough grandpa, by the way. How about that?
No, I'm one proud grandpa.
All right, proud grandpa.
It's been an amazing year for RCR. With both the grandsons, Ty Dillon, I was at Toledo and watched him win the ARCA championship. This weekend, watch Austin win the truck championship. It's just been awesome having Kevin Harvick race for the championship.
Yeah.
It's just been awesome. And Joey Coulter, what can I say? He won the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
So it's been a great year for RCR. And I tell you, it's nothing like, both these young men have really got me fired up in racing. I've always been fired up. I lost a little something in 2001. I lost that fire, and Kevin came in and carried us through a lot of tough times. And now these two grandchildren of mine, it's just so much fun. Judy and Tina, Mike, all of us are so proud of them. And the neatest thing about these two guys is they understand the sport. They've been around it. Austin was standing on Dale's trophy in '98, and Ty was standing beside him holding up one. And Dale holding Austin in Winter Circle at Martinsville. We got pictures of him with Goodwrench uniforms. I know he's smiling down tonight.
Yeah, very, very incredible accomplishments that you've able to do this year as well as throughout your career. So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a true icon in NASCAR, Richard Childress, champion owner in the Camping World Truck Series.
Can I have my watch back?
You can have your watch back. Nice job. Thank you.
Coming up next, Austin Dillon will be honored for his first ever NASCAR Camping World Truck Series championship, right here on Speed. and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet.
The 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion has become a fan favorite while in the process bridging eras. He races for a living legend, with his rides adorned by arguably the most famous number in NASCAR history, the RCR number 3. But at the age of 21, our champion, while he respects the past, undeniably represents the future.
NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion, Austin Dillon.
Austin Dillon wins in Nashville.
Nashville was really big, just getting that first one behind us for the year. What about my face plant after the win? I mean, that was pretty spectacular.
That 3 truck looking to get to victory lane once again. Austin Dillon grabs his 4th career win in the Camping World Truck Series. Austin Dillon becomes the youngest champion in NASCAR Camping World Truck Series history.
The 3, having that number behind me, winning a championship with it would be unbelievable.
Please welcome driver of the number 3 Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet from Lexington, North Carolina, Austin Dillon.
For the presentation of the championship trophy, welcome please the chairman and CEO of Camping World, Marcus Lemonis.
You know, the thing I was most excited about tonight in presenting Austin the award was that for the first time in our company's association with NASCAR, the winner is actually younger than me. So I don't have to say yes, sir. But it's an amazing feat what he's accomplished. And the thing that I think I'm most excited about is as 2 young guys, we've experienced a lot of success in our life. And tonight is about him. But the success is important. But what's more important is what he's going to do with that success. He has 2 wonderful parents. He has a wonderful family. And years ago, him and I had a conversation about the professionalism and the courtesy that he shows other people. And that's really what's going to drive his career. He's a champion tonight, not because he's skilled, but because he's a good young man, and he's really the future of NASCAR. So on behalf of Camping World, I'd like to congratulate Austin on his championship season. Thank you.
For the first of our 2 traditional championship ring presentations, let's welcome the president of NASCAR, Mike Helton.
Thank you, Rick. Austin, NASCAR has to have race cars and race trucks to do what we do, but it's the drivers of those vehicles that establish the excitement and the following that we've been blessed to have. And after watching you for a couple of seasons, it's pretty evident, I think, that you're going to play a significant role in the future character of our sport. You've made everybody at NASCAR proud, and we're proud to have you as our champion. And I'm honored to give you the ring that recognizes that. And when you do decide to go to bed sometime tomorrow, it'll take up less room than that trophy does. Okay?
Guess it's my turn. What an amazing honor to win the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship. This is wonderful. I'm honored to be up here tonight with Kevin and Delana Harvick and the NASCAR Nationwide Series champions. Congratulations on a great year. I want to thank Kevin for all your support, man. You're one of my heroes growing up, and this is awesome to be sitting here with you tonight. There are a lot of people I need to thank tonight, starting with NASCAR, especially Wayne Alton. Wayne, you've taught me so much in the last 2 years, and I can't thank you enough. You've always told me to remember where I came from, and I promise I will, buddy. Thank you. Mike Helton and the France family, thank you for letting me to race. I love it. NASCAR is the best sport in the world. I want to thank Camping World and Marcus Lemonis. I appreciate all the loyalty from the fans. The fans, you guys made me really emotional earlier tonight, and it is the coolest thing I've ever won, winning most popular driver. It meant a lot. The passion you guys show each and every weekend pushes me to work hard and never give up and put on a show. Moving on to my crew chief, Danny Stockman. I love you. You're my brother. I don't know what else I can say about you. We're both hard-headed people, and we want the best, and we're going to push ourselves to the top. You push the guys each and every week to give 110% and bring their A game, and they did it for you this year. So I got to recognize those guys. Thank you, guys, and I love all of you like brothers, and I'll fight any time with you. And I'm going to go ahead and say thanks, Dad, too. You push me hard every week, and I'll fight for you, too, bud. Now, we couldn't do any of this without sponsors, and I've got a great one behind me, Johnny Morris. Thank you, buddy. Bass Pro Shops and Tracker Boats. Heck, I'm a hunter and fisher, and I couldn't ask for a better sponsor behind me. I got to thank the rest of our sponsors, Realtree, Dixie Stampede, Okuma, Freightliner, Racing Radios, Sparco. Man, you guys build great suits. I can stick a landing in it, and I can still wear them the next week. And Chevrolet. Wow, Chevrolet. You guys clinched a championship in the Truck Series and the Cup Series, and I hope to get you a nationwide title next year. Thank you for all your support. Family is very important in NASCAR. My grandfather gave me this opportunity, and I can't thank him enough. I hope I gave you the best Christmas present I can give you, and I think my brother did too. Nani, thank you and Mom both for putting up with the crazy guys in this family. You guys are the glue that hold us together each and every weekend. Thank you. I want to congratulate my brother Ty. Man, he's going to be good. We grew up together, and he's one of my biggest supporters and my best friend. It's pretty exciting to win championships in the same year, man. I don't think we can do any better than that. I'm excited about Ty moving to the Truck Series. He's going to be tough to beat next year. I can't wait to compete for the NASCAR Nationwide Series Championship in 2012 with Advocare and Bass Pro. I'm also looking forward to racing my new teammates in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. And I hope this is as good as I can get, guys. My team, thank you once again. You guys put me here. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thanks, everyone.
In other awards presented to Austin Dillon, Vice President of Marketing and Development for Sunoco, Cynthia Archer, presented Austin with the Sunoco Diamond Performance Award. And Stu Grant, General Manager of Worldwide Racing for Goodyear, presented the Goodyear Tires Award. Still to come, we'll hand out the Championship Driver Awards from the NASCAR Nationwide Series, only on Speed. You're watching the NASCAR Nationwide Series and Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
Welcome back. Steve Phelps of NASCAR to get things off and running.
The company serving as the primary sponsor of the NASCAR Nationwide champion Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has helped spotlight one of our sport's bright young talents. In the process, they've been able to share the spotlight, a win-win situation. As Bill France Jr. used to say, in this sport, everybody has to benefit for it to work. It worked this year for the number 6 Cargill Ford team. Welcome to the stage, Cargill Assistant Vice President Fred Sousa, as we present him with the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Driver Champion Sponsor Award.
Nice job.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, first of all, let's talk about the similarities between your company and Roush Fenway Racing and why that partnership has worked so well.
Well, it's worked really well. If you think about the 12,500 people that work at Cargill Beef, and we live by the mission statement to be the benchmark of excellence in our industry. So I think about the Roush folks, and they are so committed to winning every day, every week. That's what they do and think about when they get up in the morning. So it's just really an absolute pleasure to work with these folks and an honor to be associated with them.
There are some similarities between your company and your driver, Ricky Stenhouse, as well, that never quit attitude.
He is the most competitive guy I've ever seen in my life. They were telling me a story about when they got off the plane in Miami and they were on the escalators, and him and Trevor had to see who can win across the escalator, so running backwards on it. So very competitive, and just really excited about the way Ricky behaves and what he does and how he represents us.
Fred Sousa, congratulations to Cargill.
Thank you.
As well as you. Great season.
Thank you.
This crew chief is a longtime veteran of the NASCAR Nationwide Series. His public demeanor is quiet and focused, but at his core, this guy's a fiery competitor. At the same time, he's balanced by a quick wit and a great sense of humor, embracing technology with a timely text here and there. He was the right person to lead a young driver to a championship, guiding, molding, pulling back on the reins to look at the big picture, and going to the whip when it was time to go to the front. Congratulations to the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series driver champion crew chief from the number 6 Ford, driven by Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Mike Kelly.
Has it sunk in yet? I mean, you are a NASCAR champion crew chief.
It has. First of all, I want to say some of all these trophies and awards and I've seen tonight. Did Ricky win one for good restarts?
Wow. I'm sure you coach him before the green flag comes out.
We do. We hold up scorecards now and rate each one.
Wow.
I guess you're allowed to get away with this because you're the guy who sort of rallied Ricky, after a tough year last year, sort of. We've heard a lot of people who have mentioned the glue in different relationships. You've sort of been the glue with the relationship between you and Ricky.
Last year, it was well documented what Ricky went through, and as a team, what we all went through. The same guys that are here in the room as champions were the same guys that went through what we went through last year. I would say Jack Roush and Ford are the glue. They seen the desire and the talent that Ricky had. I was just fortunate enough to be the one that gets to work with him, each and every week.
Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Kelly, champion crew chief for the NASCAR Nationwide Series.
Congratulations.
Well, join me in welcoming back NASCAR Vice President of Competition, Robin Pemberton, for the Nationwide Series champion car owner presentation.
Roush Fenway Racing was dominant this year in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, with 12 victories and an incredible effort compiled collectively by 4 drivers. It was clearly yet another season to remember for our 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series champion car owner.
NASCAR Nationwide Series champion car owner, Jack Roush.
The Cup drivers that were in the series had the one championship to focus on, which was the Owners' Championship, and the fact that we have won that is a great accomplishment and a great satisfaction.
Awesome. It's been a great year working with you.
Please welcome car owner of the number 60 Fastenal Ford, Jack Roush.
Well, Mr. Roush, not only the car owner for the 60, but also the car owner for the 6. Your driver champion as well, so you kind of dominated everything over there in the Nationwide Series this year. How does this one compare, your 3rd championship now in the Nationwide Series?
It's really great to win this 3rd championship. I've been racing Ford Motor Company products for 45 years now. As Edsel said, the Ford Motor Company celebrates its 110th anniversary of really the birth of the Ford Motor Company based on racing. And it's another tribute to the racing heritage of Ford that we're setting here. I'm anxious to really share the moment with Carl and with Ricky and all the things that have happened. It's just a great tribute to the team and the effort that's been done in the shop. I'm surrounded with great people and have been for all my time. And I enjoy the success vicariously.
Tell us a little bit about the turnaround, what you've seen in your driver, Ricky Stenhouse, from last year and you pushing him, making him work in the shop to what he's been able to accomplish as the champion this year.
People ask me, why did I stay with Ricky when we had so much trouble with Rex? It's much easier to slow a driver down that is overzealous or over enthusiastic for a period of time than it is to try to get a youngster up to speed that has the talent and the skill but that lacks the motivation. As we started into this year and he started having success, first 2 or 3 races he hadn't wrecked and looked like he could be a factor in winning his race soon, I asked him, I said, Ricky, what has happened to you over the winter here? I says, did your dad take you to the woodshed? He says, no. He says, not more than normal, but he says that I really had a meeting with myself. He says, last year I wanted it so bad, I would fire it off down in the corner, and I'd say, you know, I hope I make it through the other side. And he says, part of the time I didn't, and that's when they had to bring the rollback out. But he says, this year, I said, I resolved not to wreck the cars, and I would only carry as much speed in the corner as I knew that I could control the car on the way out. And as that happened, then he was able to give better feedback to Mike Kelly and able to run the full race and really to grow and become a champion that he is.
Mr. Roush, you truly are a great judge of ability when it comes to picking drivers. You have picked some of the best that we have seen. So congratulations to our champion car owner, Jack Roush.
Coming up next, we'll crown Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series Driver Champion, right here on Speed. You're watching the NASCAR Nationwide Series and Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet.
The remarkable story of our 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series champion is one of belief and perseverance, of a bond between a driver and his owner and his team. It's a story of promise fulfilled and potential realized. It's a story of off-track redemption and on-track resilience. And ultimately, it is a story that personifies what makes NASCAR and the NASCAR Nationwide Series so great.
NASCAR Nationwide Series champion, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is a winner. Oh, look out as he has a tire situation. Here comes Edwards right into it. They cross the line, and guess who wins the race? Stenhouse.
Winning with a tore-up race car that you can't even take to victory lane.
It may not look pretty, but I'm the winner.
It's hell on wheels. I mean, you're destroying your car and still winning the race. Leading the points has been a great accomplishment for myself and our team.
24-year-old Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has won the championship in the NASCAR Nationwide Series.
Please welcome driver of the number 6 Blackwell Angus Beef Cargill Ford from Olive Branch, Mississippi, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
For our championship trophy presentation, let's welcome the Vice President of Marketing for Nationwide Insurance, Jennifer McKenzie.
Good evening. It's an honor to join you tonight on behalf of our dedicated Nationwide Insurance associates and agents as we celebrate our 2011 NASCAR Series champion, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. This has been an outstanding season where we've seen significant changes in the series, enduring partnerships that led to many successes, emerging talent, and accomplished veterans that shined. We'd like to give special thanks to Brian France, Mike Helton, Steve O'Donnell, Steve Phelps, Joe Balish, and all of the NASCAR officials and staff who tirelessly gave of themselves during this season of change. To the loyal fans that follow our series, thank you for being generous with your time and your support. Now for the moment Ricky has been waiting for. Ricky, we applaud you, and may you have many more championships in your future. And remember, Nationwide is on your side.
To present the championship ring to Ricky once again, here's the president of NASCAR, Mike Helton.
Ricky, watching you every weekend in the Nationwide Series events has been interesting the past couple of seasons, and you've turned into, I think, the face of the future of NASCAR with a flair of the past because of your perseverance, your driving style, and your eagerness to win. So along with Jack and Roush Fenway and Ford and your sponsors, NASCAR is also very proud to have you as our 2011 Nationwide Series champion, and I'm honored to present this ring. The one thing that you may get credit for down the road, whether you like it or not, is on that burnout you and Carl did Saturday night, and somebody said it was your idea. We actually started getting ideas of how to fix the tandem racing in Daytona and Talladega. So, but congratulations, Ricky. We're honored to have you as our champion.
Wow, this is special. Thank you guys. Congratulations, Kevin, Austin, everybody. Awesome job. Whew. It would have been difficult to imagine this moment a year and a half ago. It proves if you stay focused and have the trust in people around you that you can accomplish anything. We entered this season with 2 goals in mind. One was to grow the best mullet in NASCAR's history. The other one was to win the Nationwide Series championship. Fortunately, Danica talked me out of goal number 1, but we never lost sight of the second goal. Fortunate, we're here tonight celebrating our very own NASCAR Nationwide Series championship. However, a championship is far from an individual honor. Instead, there are so many other people that truly deserve this praise and thanks for this night, starting with my crew chief, Mike Kelly, and all my guys on the number 6 team. Mike, you might give me a hard time about restarts, but, this year I've told you our cars, we unload really fast, and you never seem to make them any better. But you accomplished that at Homestead. We unloaded, and we were terrible. And at the end of the day, we had a car that could win the race. I have to thank Jack Roush and Robbie Reiser. Y'all were there to straighten me out when I needed it most. It was tough love for sure, and I think I have the scars to prove it from my brief time working in the fab shop and all my race cars. Whew, when you have to beat Carl Edwards on a racetrack to win a race, you know you've done something. Carl, you pushed me on the racetrack to be the best that I can be, especially at Iowa. Thanks. Thanks for that. You're a true champion. To my family, my mom, dad, sister Stacy, y'all stood behind me the entire way and sacrificed a lot, and your love and support mean the most to me. And Dad, I'm just glad that I can enjoy this with you. I'm glad that you're here tonight, and we've done a lot of things together, and this is just one more thing that I really get to enjoy with you. Thank you. I guess we'll end this, and I'll try to keep it as short as I could, and I'll see y'all next year in Daytona. God bless. Have a safe and happy holidays. Merry Christmas, and I think it's time to get this party started. What do you think, Austin? Thank y'all.
In other awards presented to Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Vice President of Marketing and Development for Sunoco, Cynthia Archer, presented Ricky with the Sunoco Diamond Performance Award. And Stu Grant, General Manager of Worldwide Racing for Goodyear, presented the Goodyear Tires Award. Don't go away. We'll wrap up the 2011 NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Awards Banquet from the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
Well, if you're a young kid trying to overcome adversity, think about this. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. went from missing a race and being parked in 2010 to winning a championship in 2011. His boss didn't give up on him, and he never gave up on himself.
And our other championship teams, Kevin and Delana Harvick's dream was simple. Kevin wanted to win a truck race, so they started a team of their own. 43 wins later, they continue to give back to the series they love. They close the doors on their organization in the best way they can, winning the owner's title.
Longtime owners Jack Roush and Richard Childress helped form and build these series. For Richard, it's been personal, not just shaping the sport, but now seeing his grandson add his name to the history books.
And standing here on stage, we see that history blended with the future of our sport. Richard Childress and Jack Roush passing their knowledge on to young drivers like Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the 2011 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series and Nationwide Series champions.
Good night, everyone.
And we will see you in Daytona next February.